Back and relax. We move on to 157 pounds. And if you're a Tar Heel fan, heck, if you're a wrestling fan, that man is the one that you came to see today. Austin O'Connor, national champion at 141 2 years ago. An All-American at 149 last year. And on a tear this season at 149 again. Jake Keating, the wrestler for Virginia, a grad student out of Naperville, Illinois, coming off of his best individual season. Was actually the runner-up at the ACC tournament last year at 49. Two-time NCAA qualifier.
Two wrestlers that arrive at this bout on very different trajectories. O'Connor with 10 straight bonus point victories. Keating 3 straight losses.
O'Connor last year had to med drop as he gets the takedown there. Had to med drop out of the NCAA tournament, and you look back at it now and you think he probably shouldn't have wrestled at all. But just to show you how good he is, he was able to become an All-American, even basically on 1.5 legs.
Tremendous show by Austin O'Connor to fight through that pain, be able to become an All-American. Now you know he's got his sights set on hanging a second banner at Carmichael Arena.
Just one wrestler has had more than one championship in Carolina's history wrestling. Only 4 have ever won it, including O'Connor, but TJ Jaworski, the 3-time NCAA champion. Leader in the clubhouse.
There's a new banner up there.
Here's a look at that takedown from O'Connor that gave him the 2-point lead. Mentioned 10 straight bonus point wins for O'Connor. He's only wrestled 12 times this year. First 2 coming back from injury. Understandable you don't get the bonus point wins, but really has dominated his opponents since then. And Coleman said, you know, you have to go out there and wrestle, and it doesn't matter who's on the other side. Be relentless. He really takes that to heart.
It's resulted in back-to-back wins by pin. Both of his last 2 matches have not made it out of the second period. In Preston Decker of Duke in 232 last week.
Back down to the mat. For the career, O'Connor 108-13. Still just the 2-point lead, but really piling on that riding time.
Escape point for Keating.
Quickly in on a single leg. Make it 2 on the takedown for O'Connor. 4-1 lead.
Regaining that control so quickly after allowing Keating to escape.
That's where that relentlessness that we talked about comes from, but he's also a really good technical wrestler as well. I guess you have to have all facets if you're going to put an NCAA championship on your resume. First round comes to an end. 4-1 lead for O'Connor. Take a look at his season so far this year. Missed the first month and a half of the year, but really has just been on a different level since returning from injury.
I'd say those numbers are pretty good. And yet Coleman Scott says perhaps he's underrated on a national level.
Which is, it's in my mind, wild to say, but you also think about it. What's 2 years removed from your NCAA championship? You're up a weight class. You can see how guys might overlook somebody, and maybe it puts a chip on his shoulder.
And based on everything that we've said, Austin O'Connor is a guy you do not want to have a chip on his shoulder.
Gets the point for the escape there, but you saw as he came up, had the right leg. Not just looking for 1 point, looking for 2 on a reversal. It's a 4-point lead for him here. Looking for more, make it 2. 7-1 now. Also got 2 minutes and counting of riding time.
Still need to score again to get into major decision territory. But now Keating's got to be careful here. So you see O'Connor, he's trying to roll him over that left shoulder.
Keating's done a pretty good job of showing some strength, showing some technical abilities on the bottom to not give up a position, get in a bad position, and allow near fall points. Using a little bit of his size advantage there. You look back on the career for Keating, and started his career at 149, but moved up to 157 pretty quickly. Has wrestled as high as 165, so has the size advantage over most guys at 157, but leverage will beat size every time as O'Connor gets him back to the mat.
But again, Keating did well there once he was pushed down to the mat to not roll over on the shoulder. He's content to let O'Connor grind him out here for the remaining 20 seconds or so of this period.
7-point lead on the board. Minute of riding time is secure as well. So currently an 8-point lead for O'Connor. Take that 8-point lead into the third and final round. We showed you how tough it is at 149. 157 isn't that much easier. 2 ACC wrestlers there in the top 5.
Yeah, Bryce Andonian, number 5. Peyton Robb of Nebraska is who O'Connor is chasing.
O'Connor releases for the escape point, immediately in on a single leg. 2 points on the takedown as he gets control. Another escape point on the release. 7-point lead on the board, 1 on the riding time, 8 total for O'Connor. Quick shot. 2 more. I think at this point you see O'Connor realizing that not getting very far while on the ground, at least get the takedown.
He's been able to do that this entire bout, Kyle, because he lets Keating go, surrenders the point, and then goes with the 2 is greater than 1 approach. Gets a takedown within 10 seconds.
There it is again. Scrambles around to the back, control, 2 more. Looking at an 11-point lead with the riding time. You get to 15, it's a tech fall. 5 points for your team. Keating able to squash that first shot, but relentless. Around for another takedown is O'Connor. Both wrestlers out of the circle. We'll get a restart. I believe they're going to give the escape point. Nope. They're going to say he was still down and had not gotten it.
Well, now they'll go over.
I think they're fixing the clock. Reset to 28 seconds. Two more for O'Connor. Escape point. Keating looking for a takedown. O'Connor works his way to his waist, gets 2 more. Sideline screaming to O'Connor, keep him down for the final 10. He didn't hear it, and he loses that 15-point tech fall win. Instead, just a major decision win at 14. Still 4 points added to the Tar Heel total. It's 20-3 Carolina.
22 points, the highest scoring bout for O'Connor this season, surpassing the 21 that he recorded in the Franklin Marshall Open back on January the 6th. Austin O'Connor putting on an absolute clinic in the 157-pound bout tonight. Got control of Jake Keating from the get-go. You gotta give Keating credit for not surrendering any near-fall points throughout the duration of that match. But O'Connor, it seemed like he would let Keating go, only to score 2 within 10 to 15 seconds. Total domination from the All-American